Good afternoon. It's nice to see so many people here on a beautiful day in Onondaga County. Welcome. I have the honor of acknowledging some of the dignitaries that are here that joined us today. Assemblywoman Pam Hunter is here. Pam, welcome. Pam tells me she caught a big muskie, right? Congratulations. Our DEC Commissioner Basil Sagos is here. Welcome. Sam Roberts, who wears a lot of hats, but is wearing the Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance Commissioner today. Welcome, Sam. The Director of Bassmaster Event and Tourism Partnerships, Mike Malone. Welcome, Mike. And we have two of our neighboring county chairmen here, Cayuga County Keith Batman and Oswego County Kevin Gardner. Welcome. And we have four mayors with us. We have the City of Little Falls Mayor Mark Blask, the Village of Union Springs Mayor Bud Shattuck, the Village of Cayuga Mayor William Sherman, and the Village of Gouverneur Mayor Ron McDougall. Welcome to all of you. It is really nice for us here in Onondaga County to welcome so many of our neighbors, and we are grateful that the state does what it does to help us promote what a wonderful place Central New York is. And one of the things that's been so effective about this governor and his whole team is that they are building on our strengths. They came with these regional economic development councils and they asked us to identify as a group what we think makes Central New York great, and our natural environment is certainly at the top of the list. And so they are helping us to capitalize on that. David Holder is here from there's David, right? And David, you can tell everybody what this tourism means to Onondaga County. And people don't just hear about it, but they're seeing it because the state government just does what it says it's going to do, and they bring everybody here to us, shine a big light on us in Central New York. And I understand from having the opportunity to meet some of our celebrity fishermen here that the fishing was really good on Onondaga Lake. So Onondaga Lake wouldn't be what it is without the partnership we've had from a lot of people, including state DEC, and we look forward to continuing that partnership with you. But today we have in our house, once again, a very good friend to Central New York, and that is our Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul. Welcome.
I'm a little vertically challenged compared to our a woman with greater stature than I, and that would be our wonderful county executive, Joni Mahoney. And I thank you so much for your friendship, not just of the governor, but myself as well. And we share the stage a lot lately because of what's going on here in Central New York, and we've been at more ribbon cuttings and talking about opportunities here in this region than ever before, partly, as she mentioned, because of our governor's incredible focus on upstate New York, which, as you all know, this region, Central New York, was one of the $500 million winners, which as I travel around the state, people are rather envious of that. And so you think Central New York is incredible now. Just wait till we've spent $500 million in this region. It's going to look even better. And of course, our governor was just here over a month ago with the county executive talking about $50 million worth of improvements to this state fair. So it earns the name the Empire State. And we know that they're going to be attracting people not just from New York State, but all over the country, going to want to see the incredible improvements. So as you've mentioned, I am here a lot, and I was asked a question, did I go out on the water today? Well, I'm a politician, so let me answer this my own way. I was on the water and then I stepped onto someone's boat when it pulled up, and I actually held their fish. Okay, does that count for going out on the water today? So if you'll allow me that, yes, I did go on the water today, but just in from New York City and Buffalo, and I wasn't able to. But what an incredible experience it is for people who have not enjoyed the experience here. I'm not sure many people would have thought, if you're outside the region, to come to Onondaga Lake for some of the best fishing on this planet. And that's not just for me. That is our team of experts who travel the world. And let's give a round of applause to our celebrities from the Bassmasters Elite Program who found their way here today. The only thing I don't suggest you do when you're chatting with these gentlemen who seem to be heavily from the South, don't challenge them to a barbecue taste-off because they own barbecue, okay? We'll let you have your barbecue. Yeah, we had an important conversation about that. But I also, events like this don't just happen. There's a tremendous amount of planning, and I can never thank enough the governor for what he does in putting the spotlight here, but also the individuals, the team behind him who make this all happen. And I want to just mention some of the agencies represented here. We have DEC, we have state parks, we have Empire State Development, we have so many people from those organizations. But if I could just mention some of the staff that are here, and Mark Streb, your leadership here, if you could just take a bow, Mark, for what you've done. He always greets me with a smile when I pull up, and that means everything's under control. At least that's what they want me to believe, so that's good. But I also just let me just recognize some of these individuals, because these are really the key individuals who are able to execute on the governor's vision in our regions. And we have Jessica DeSeris here, we have Kaylee Benedict, we have Connor McMahon, we have Jeff Farrell, Kara Grippin, Phil Rumsey, some of the new, Peggy Rodriguez is here, Sharice Wells, Don Clary's here, Mike Morris, Gavin Landry, Alicia Fox, and I'm sorry if I left some, but just that's how many people it takes to pull off an event like this. So let's give them all a round of applause. And I think I also saw Molly Streb. Molly Streb, are you here as well? Let's say hi to Molly Streb as well. I could go on, but I want you to know a program like this, an outing like this, allows us to put the spotlight on a part of the state which is really important to us. I just spent the earlier part of this week, Monday and Tuesday, in Washington, D.C. My job was to sell New York State to people from all over the world, 3,000 businesses that are looking to invest in this country. Now, what I found fascinating is that when I opened up a map of New York State, most people thought that the entire state of New York was New York City. And I showed them, I said, no, this is called Syracuse. This is called Central New York. And so I told them how we've identified specific industries we're promoting up here, as well as the tourism. The tourism is a huge industry for the state of New York, but it doesn't sell itself. So when we're able to showcase Central New York, our assets here, our fishing industry, to not just locals, but also the rest of the country, that also means economic development dollars for us. So there is a method to this. It's not just about the fun factor, which is very high, but it's also about the dollars that are generated for the region. You're going to hear more in detail about that. But this tournament itself, and we are so thrilled that the decision has already been made to come back next year. We got you on the spot. We're going up north a little bit. We're going north. Okay, Mike says we're going north, and we're going to do it back up, I think, where we had it last year. Is that correct? Up in Waddington, and that was a lot of fun as well. So we're going to do it again. We're going to keep that spotlight. All right, if I just blew a state secret, I'm sorry about that. You guys did, okay. All right, we'll see you next summer. We're going to see you next summer. So we're very excited that you found your way to Central New York, but as I heard today, some of the best fishing anywhere is right here. We're proud that our governor wants to continue showcasing it, and all of you who live in New York State should be incredibly proud about how far we have come under this governor who has paid so much attention to this area, but it's partners like all of you, those of you in local government, state government, and your agencies. We thank you, and that's what today is about. It's also an opportunity to say thank you from all of us for what you do to make New York State the greatest state in our country, and it's no better place to do that right here on our state fairgrounds, which is going to be transformed before our eyes. So there's a lot of good things happening, and I want to, at this point, turn it over to Mike Malone. I believe I'm supposed to bring you up here and let you talk about some of the new opportunities that we're going to be talking about for next year as well. And I want to thank you, Mike, for having this program here. Thank you for always focusing on New York State. We don't take it for granted. Let's give him a warm welcome so he wants to keep coming back and back and back again. Thank you. Now, I have a feeling I was supposed to do the video.
That's okay. We'll start with it.
All right, would you rather hear from Mike or the video? Let's take a vote. Video?
Video.
Video?
Let's do the video.
Okay, we'll go to video, and then we'll hear from Mike. Sorry about that.
That's fantastic, and we work, of course, with television, so I know what it takes to put something like that and edit that in about 30 minutes time, so great job by the editing crew to put that together. Again, my name is Michael Malone, and I work for Bassmaster. It's my job really as the meeting planner for Bassmaster to find the cities and tourism offices around the state to host our great events. And we have about 35 events around the country, and we just let the cat out of the bag. I see our anglers' eyes all lighting up that we're going to Waddington next year, and we're so glad to be coming back to New York for another great event. Fishing the St. Lawrence River is just one of the things the guys love to do. They love coming here, and we're actually going to stay in the area coming into next week. Just like in other sports, we have the Open Series, which is our qualification level to get to the elites, which we're fishing right now on Cayuga Lake. And the Open Series is going to be on Oneida. And thanks so much to Dave and to Jeff and Tracy and your team for always being a great host for us. So we're going to stay here in the county, if you don't mind, for another week. We've got another, actually, this is a 100-boat tournament now. We're going to have almost 200 boats next week for the qualifying tournament. And about 400 anglers are going to compete for the chance to make it to the Elite Series. So we're excited to be a part of everything that happens here. We have a great partnership with New York, and the fact that we can announce that bass fishing is coming back for tournaments and for recreational boaters is just a great thing. Not, as I mentioned, we're of course a media company as well as we are a tournament company, and Bassmaster magazine comes out with the top 100 lakes in the country, and you can imagine the thousands and thousands of lakes, and we narrow it down. It doesn't have to be tournament quality, but just the best 100 lakes. So we get our top 100, and it gets to be quite a process as to who gets to be on the list. And I'm proud to report that after the months and months of research, this just past week we announced the following New York lakes that have made the list. Lake Erie is on the list as the #1 in the Northeast and #4 in the nation. The Thousand Islands and the St. Lawrence River. Lake Champlain. Oneida Lake is #11 in the Northeast. Cayuga Lake, and by the way, we're going to talk about Cayuga, how great its fishing is in the top as well as Chautauqua Lake. So big round of applause for all the great lakes in New York that continue to turn out. We were in Cayuga 2 years ago when we fished in August, and now we're here, of course, in June. And the guys can attest that over the first 2 days of fishing, we had 107 anglers. So over the 2 days, 214 guys were able to cross 200 opportunities to cross the stage, and we only had 2 times that the guys didn't bring a full limit of fish of 5 fish. So not only are they catching big fish, but they're catching a lot of them. So it just shows how great the fishery is, how the management of it continues to do, and of course we're catch and release, and we bring all those fish back to the fishery throughout the tournament. The opportunity that we have these anglers, and as Lieutenant Governor mentioned, well, a lot of anglers from the south that they fish for largemouth down south, and you guys have traveled all up here, but they don't get to fish for these type of smallmouth bass. So it's a treat for them to come up here, and the hospitality and warm welcome that all of you give to all of our staff, our anglers, our sponsors, and the families and the fans that come is something that we take note of, and we're really appreciative of that. The Cayuga Tournament, the 7th tournament of our 10 series, Elite Series, and it is streamed entirely live on Bassmaster.com. We have 18 hours of coverage on Bassmaster.com, and it can kind of give you a little idea as to how big and important that is. Not only is the show going to be on ESPN2 in a couple of weeks, but we've been averaging around 9 million page views a week for the tournament. So those are eyeballs that are on the destination that will be future tourists coming back and say, you know what, I want to fish where the pros fish. I want to come to the region. A lot of those anglers that are fishing on Cayuga are also going to fish on Oneida, and those anglers and that tournament is actually aired on Bassmaster.com as well, so it's going to continue for the week to come. The scenery is, just coming around here, it looks great for TV, and it looks great for the internet shows, part of that live show. So you can imagine just it's a great beauty shot for the destination and for the natural resources the state has to offer. I'm a little biased because even though I live in Florida and the company's based in Birmingham, I'm a native New Yorker, and I grew up at the base of the Adirondacks. And to be able to work with I Love New York, the state of New York, the governor's office, it makes me proud as a personal level because I get to help out the place that got me to where I am, and I'm very grateful. I'm especially grateful for the folks at I Love New York and Gavin Landry, and I'm not sure I haven't seen Gavin yet, but there's Gavin. Give Gavin a round of applause, everybody. Gavin Landry heads up I Love New York with just a fantastic team, and we have partnered with them, not just to promote the lakes that we bring our tournaments to, but all the lakes around the state that are great recreational bodies of water, because it doesn't have to be a tournament-sized lake in order to bring people here. So Gavin, thank you so much for your friendship and your partnership, and we look forward to continuing to work with you again in the future. Of course, want to thank Governor Cuomo and Lieutenant Governor So thank you so much. It's great to see you again. It's great to see somebody that you haven't seen in a year and say, oh, we saw you last year. It's great. So we could do this again next year. We hope to. And all the fantastic representatives. Bud, great to see you and speak with you yesterday. Thank you so much for all the great work your community has put out for all of us, and the warm welcome and the red carpet treatment that our anglers and our fans have gotten. And we really look forward to coming back next year and doing this over again and continuing our partnership with our worldwide brand and your world-class destination. Thank you so much. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to bring to the stage someone who is another great friend and a guy that's really leading the charge and making sure that the waters and the natural resources are the best in the world. Please welcome Basil Sagos.
Thank you for the extra boost here. I'm also vertically challenged. Now listen, Mike, thanks so much. And I had the pleasure to work with Mike last year in the lead up to Waddington. There was a moment when that wasn't going to happen, if you remember this carefully. 2 tugboats sunk. They had to stop the flows through the dam to lower the water levels, and there was a chance that the tournament wasn't going to happen. Over about 48 hours of straight work, 2 countries working closely together, about 15 different agencies, we were able to pull it off. I don't even know how, and got the whole tournament running. So I know Bassmasters loves New York. We love Bassmasters, so it's just great you're coming back. And I certainly want to give the Lieutenant Governor a hand. And not only is she the state's most prolific advocate and traveler, I know that she loves the outdoors. I've had the chance to spend quite a bit of time with her in the Adirondacks, on the water, and it's just we're blessed to have somebody who understands how important our natural resources are and how important the environment is. So thank you, Lieutenant Governor. And I also want to thank the county executive. I mean, this is talk about Onondaga Lake. I mean, we have an unbelievable partner in County Executive Mahoney. She's done great work here with us. We have a number of great projects on the lake to bring it back. And I think it bears mentioning that 20 years ago, to think that there would have been a tournament, even a recreational tournament like today on Onondaga Lake, is almost unthinkable. The work that's been done over the last 20 years in partnership with the county, Honeywell, federal government, a number of local and other state agencies, all coming together to restore what was once known as the most polluted waterway in North America. To be able to go out there today like we did, have a fishing tournament, to see the fish swarming my line as they did today. And they were swarming. I was a little worried about having to give the awards today, because how do you give an award to yourself? No, that's not happening. But the amazing work that's been done over the years. Many people in the room here. My current executive deputy commissioner was the regional director at DEC and oversaw really one of this great project on the cleanup of Onondaga Lake. So it's a great day. It's a testament to what we can do when we all pull the same direction, work together. And there are many other waterways and ponds and streams around the state where we're given the same kind of credit. And hopefully we can celebrate the same resurgence. So we're all very, very proud of what we've done. And certainly the governor, in his commitment to hunting and fishing in New York State. Since the day I started working for him in 2012, he had an agenda to promote hunting and fishing in New York. And you all know perhaps that he's a very prolific fisherman. He is, and it's been a great few years. We've been boosting tourism in New York. We've been boosting fishing. We've been opening up opportunities. We've been cleaning waterways. It's all sort of all interrelated, and it's been a great few years. This is actually a free fishing weekend in New York State, so you don't have to get a fishing license to fish. So if you want to fish, you don't have a license, go ahead, go out there. The environmental police will not come after you. But I do encourage you, if you don't have a license, to go and get one, because it is being part of a bigger effort. So without further ado, I want to get to the awards. Lieutenant Governor, would you join me, please? Okay. So we have 4 awards. There's a video or a series of pictures that will accompany this. So we're going to do the largest, the 3rd largest fish caught. And to none other than my co-pilot, Lance Robeson, who caught one heck of a fish. Come on up, Lance. How big was it, Lance? At least, right?
You guys are all alike.
Ask her, she took it from me.
Okay. The second largest fish caught goes to Dave Knapp and David Jakowski. Come on up, guys.
Yeah, no, we'll put it right between. We'll put it right between. Yeah, all three of us, yeah.
Great. Okay, we ready for this? The largest fish caught goes to Assemblymember Pamela Hunter. Come on up. Great job. Well done. Okay, the final award is Most Fish Caught. This is an award that we've all been waiting for, I know. Anne-Marie Tellerico and David Teideback. Come on up.
We had a wonderful guide. I have to give him credit. Well done, Evan.
Great job.
Oh, David, you're not coming up?
Okay. Great job. All right. All right, so let's give all the winners a great round of applause and give our experts also a round of applause. Great. So this does conclude our program. There's a great deal of food left. Thank the wait staff over there for all the work they've done today, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, guys.